It's an early Sunday morning. I'm going to try and just be quiet because people are still sleeping. Well, I was going to say the cats don't count as people, but so I'm seeing a really weird error. Or not error, just bug. So I changed the sun to be interactable. See how I can... Well, let me try something. Let me try something different. 3. Okay. I'll show you what the issue is. I come over here. The icon turns green, meaning I can interact with it. But the sun, I should be able to interact with him. I changed him so his class actually inherits from the interactable class, which is in turn inherits from mono behavior. Now, it's a little messy, and we can clean that up later. But the thing that's confusing me if I push him, then get close enough, now I can interact with him. The AI has not been extremely helpful. The menu also locks up. We got to fix that too. But and if I do this, right? Whoops. If I come over here, let me not minimize this. And then, okay. God dang it. Okay, you see, I'm definitely touching him. But I'm not. So let me make sure I definitely am. Okay, that is definitely touching him. Okay, it's actually not. That's interesting. The ray should be long enough to, the ray's not touching him. Let me make the ray longer. Alright, so now it's definitely touching him. So it's 5. If we go back to the gameplay, okay, so you can see the bug is still happening. But if I nudge him, let me see. Now I'm able to interact with him. Let's see if he... Okay. That makes sense. So the camera is above the player, and we're actually testing from the point of the camera, which, since it's a UI thing, I think that makes sense. Let me go ahead and start I'm going to go ahead and start a mobile stream. bothering with Twitch or Kick. Up and running in case somebody shows up. Yesterday, I guess there were a few chats in the mobile that I didn't see. There were actually several. Let me see what this message is. So this, I understand why it's not interacting. I mean, right? That makes sense. If I move closer. Oh. Okay, that's another. So this is pretty buggy. So I think the first thing I want to figure it all out, right? Let me see. Like, this should hit. Let me put it right in the center. Distracted over here. It's early in the morning. I'm gonna head down. I'm gonna grab another drink in a minute. I wanted to look at the raycast here. Okay, so it's not actually touching. I'm trying to figure out if it makes more sense to do the raycast. I'm going to grab another drink. I'll be right back. I also got to go use the potty. Oh, Amardiz. What? How is your day going? Guess what, my friends? They were making fun of me, and it's my birthday, too. It's my birthday today, and no one said happy birthday. Can you send me a happy birthday? Well, Amanderzi, happy birthday to you. I'm going to go grab a drink, empty my bladder. I'll be back in a minute or two. If it really is your birthday, you're not trolling or being mean, no, happy birthday. Let me know how old you're turning. I'll be right back. want to know why this hitbox is not acting properly. Right? Let me start it again. I tried explaining the issue to AI, but the AI is not being very helpful. So, if I get close enough, now what should happen is, since I'm close enough and I'm looking at him, or at this green guy, that little cursor in the center of the screen should turn green. And we can kind of mess with that. Let me see. So look, that is definitely intersecting. Right? Like there is... And I put the Sun NPC script on here. Oh. What's this about? Why is he moving? That was weird. Wait a minute. I didn't touch him though. Try this again. So I'm going to get close to him. Okay, so that's actually not touching. It's very close, but that should be, right? Let me get a little closer. Okay. That's definitely touching. If I set focus back. Oh. So if I press E, it should tell me the raycast hit, right? But here's the raycast from the position. I'm pretty sure this is the same thing that I'm about ready to change, but I'm going to change it anyway, just to kind of make it obvious. All right, so this will rebuild. Now, wait a minute. So this error here is on terrain. That's something else. Okay, I'm going to assume that's something else. Oh. Wait, what? What in the world? It was like... Now I'm very confused. Okay, if I point it out here. Well, that definitely explains explains why it wouldn't have a hit, but the raycast is green. What are my options on draw ray? Oh. This could also be a thing of it's using, there's world coordinates versus local coordinates. I'm not sure what this is relative to. I'm still a little confused. But we'll figure it out. Is that person who said that today was their birthday, is that person still here in the chat? If so, speak up. But here's the other thing. Now, if I nudge him, this doesn't work. So you see how the center, the crosshair in the center, it's still green. But, so that's a separate bug, I think. I think it's just not clearing. Did click save. So all of this is deletable, right? Like we don't need any of that. And actually we don't need any of this either. So we can get rid of all of that. Our update function is now just calling check interactions. And then, right? So this should, it's just getting an interactable component. One face, get down, interact. And that's all it's doing. This should be really simple. But the problem is that the raycast is not detecting a collision for some reason. Azim Khan says, "What's up, brother?" Not much, Azim. What's going on with you? What part of the world are you from? From whereabouts in the world are you watching the stream? Okay, all I did was literally just clean up some code, but so this concerns me. Even though so let me see if I can get that error back. Okay. Not a lot going on there. I can still interact with the drawer and with the lamp. Not exactly sure what's happening here. If you guys are watching on mobile and you want to, no, if you're watching my mobile stream but you're on a desktop, I'm going to paste the desktop stream into the chat. You can click that, the link I just put into the chat and pinned. That'll take you to the desktop stream so you can see it better. So I can interact with the lamp. This is just... I don't understand it. Okay, let's move on from that for a second. We'll come back to it. We definitely can't forget it. Okay. Well, the other thing I wanted to see. Okay, so we have the Sun NPC command menu. Stay button, follow button, click, close. So, in most games, when you have a menu like that, the screen kind of locks, right? Maybe like animations still play, but you can't change the camera view. And then you have a mouse. So let's move on. Let's ask AI. Okay. I gotta send myself a message over here off screen. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to tell AI, okay, we'll come back to that. Another thing, when the interaction menu pops up, I need the UI to freeze the camera, show a mouse button, and show a mouse button so the user can click on one of the buttons. Then once the user has finished doing that, everything needs to return to normal gameplay mechanics. Let's see what AI comes up with on this. You know, you ask somebody for something, you're like, hey, like if they say, oh yeah, no, I'm going to meet me at Jim's restaurant. I'm like, okay, can you send me a link to Jim's restaurant? Well, it's called Jim's Restaurant. Well, there's probably 1 million Jim's restaurants. Like, there's probably a ton. Okay. So let's see. Perfect. This is exactly how UI interaction should work in a first-person game. Freeze the game, show the cursor, let the player click, then resume normal controls. So in the command menu, all right. So in the command menu, let's see if we can get this working at least. So when we open it, we have the current NPC. Why is that grayed out? Command menu. No, it's definitely wait, panel. That's interesting. Look at this. Command menu. Oh, it's private. Okay, maybe that's not so interesting. All right, I got to think about this for a minute. So the original code, which we can look at if I load up source tree, that's just how I prefer to do it. I prefer to use source tree. I'm sure I can do it using the git lens plugin or something like that. So let's look at the code. So basically what I'm getting at is we have to pass the sun object to the interaction. And I'm pretty sure we were doing that before. I'll explain in a minute. So if we look at the old code, actually let's go over here, log selected. And you can see, let's see, working. Let's just look at this one. Open selected version. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you are not using source control, if you are a professional programmer and you're not using source control, don't call yourself a professional programmer. But even in your private projects, you should be using source control. It helps you go back and look at things so much easily. Okay. So this is what I was getting at. You have to look at the thing that you've interacted with. So one of the challenges with UI here, and I think probably on big projects in general, one of the challenges that AI, or did I say UI or AI? One of the challenges with AI is that it loses context very quickly. So I think when it comes to bigger ideas in a project about being able to abstract things, to kind of abstract patterns, to kind of create templates and stuff. And I don't mean like C++ templates. I mean like templates of behavior or functionality. It's challenging, and you kind of got to look at that thing yourself. I'm sure it'll get better. I mean, it's constantly getting better. Get some water. Had too much soda this morning. Okay. But let's forget about that for a second. So the interesting thing here, let me explain the challenge here. Let me move this over. So I have this player interactor script. And I want basically like a single entry point for all of the things in the game with which you can interact. You need to be able to pass the thing. So, okay, I got it. I've already figured it out. How would you do this in C++, in C Sharp? Okay, that seemed optional. Pass the game object to be interacted with. Okay. Game object. So now can you ignore variables? Oh my gosh. What in the world did that do? Okay. no, this is actually this is interesting. I don't think I need that. Which makes me think I don't need it here either. Because the code that I'm calling to say, okay, let's do the interaction, it's kind of decided here already on what I'm clicking in. Everything is going to be derived. It's all going to be, everything's going to be, and it's going to inherit. It's going to be descendants. That's the word I'm looking for. So you're only going to be doing it in the descendant classes, and the descendant classes, they know what they are, right? Like, they don't need to be told. So it's like this script of the sun, it doesn't need to be told that it's the sun, right? It should know that. So this, I do fear that I'm kind of mixing things up here, because I kind of have the interacting machine and the state machine in one thing, but conceptually I think that makes sense. I don't see a problem with that like right now, but I do, my spidey sense is kind of tingling on that. My spidey sense is kind of like, well, you know, maybe it would be better to have them separated out, but I honestly don't know. Okay. So the main thing I wanted to look at was, okay, let's ignore that for now. So AI is saying, put this on the command menu. When you open, all right, let's look at the command menu. So on open, current NPC, okay. Freeze the mouse cursor. So I hope Razman is listening, or will listen to this in the future, because it looks like cursor is indeed a singleton. All right, so lock state. Oh wait. This is on open. Lock state none. Cursor visible true. Freeze all gameplay, not just input. That's an interesting, I would think, actually, because this menu is going to be used for interacting with NPCs. I don't think you should. It's nice to know that there's an easy way to just kind of freeze the basically pause the game. That's nice to know. It looks like you can just do time scale equals 0. That's cool. Okay. Current NPC set active FOSS, and then we gotta restore all of this back here. So could you do time scale equals 0.5 to kind of like cut the speed of the gameplay in half? If so, that's pretty neat. That's pretty nice. Okay. So we have that. Oh, was that, okay. Oh, step by step update command. Okay. Make sure camera skip stops on menu open. If you're using a custom camera controller, make sure it checks if the cursor is unlocked or time is paused. I don't think I am. Show cursor on menu open. When you hit E, the menu opens. Cursor should appear. Okay. Now, of course, we still have the bug that we're having trouble opening the menu, or we're having trouble interacting with the green NPC, but we'll work with it. Okay. So the camera continues to move. And the crosshairs. So how do we do this? How do we do this? This prevents the camera. Okay. But I don't think I am doing anything. All right. Let me ask the AI because I'm pretty sure that I don't have any custom camera controller. I have it. Let me see. I do have this first person movement script. Yeah, I think this is it. Rotate the camera up and down. So, what did the AI suggest I do? If cursor lock state not equal cursor locked. Alright, let's try that. So this is simply just moving the camera around. If cursor lock state not equal stock locked. Return. Right. Alright, so let's see if this helps. When I reload, I do love the hot reloading. It's hot reloading of Unity. Okay. So it's not moving. But it doesn't really return either. Okay. It's kind of broken. Why in the world? Let me see. We have none. Cursor behavior is unmodified. Locks the cursor to the center of the game view. Confine cursor to game window. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I'm suddenly very, very tired. I woke up early. I couldn't get back to sleep. And then my dog, he does this thing where he jumps in the bed, or he jumps out of bed, then he jumps in bed, jumps in. He's this little guy. He's like literally this big. And he's like 5 pounds. Although he's a little fat now. He might be like 5-6 pounds. But when he has to go to the bathroom and he wants to wake either me or my wife, if he wants to wake one of us up, and he sleeps in the bed with us, he'll jump out of bed, jump back in bed, out of bed, in bed, out, in, and then eventually one of us wakes up and takes him downstairs. Okay. Man, this is a mess. This feels like a mess, is what it feels like. Like, I don't get that. And I don't know why this isn't working anymore. Like, why would that stop working? Command menu. Right? So it should hit close. Let me see. Okay, we don't want to put those on anymore. Okay, it never... It's never hitting in here, I don't think. No, it's definitely not. Let's start over. I'm getting really hungry. We can still turn the lamp on and off, and that's kind of all that matters. We put the child in the corner. Okay, close does get called. Panel active false current NPC. Oh. Well, that seems to have worked. Right? Okay. I mean, it's not really doing anything, but it's working. Okay, so we have to figure out why the camera, so I have this first person movement script. So let me see what AI says. Okay. I've attached my first person movement script. The menu interaction, I spelled interaction horribly wrong. Interaction works well, except what? Except when the menu is shown, the camera does freeze, but instead of freezing at the angle it's in, the camera's angle or point of view changes. Perhaps to some default. Then when I exit the menu, it restores. How do I get it to stop changing? All right, let me attach the first person movement script. Let's see what AI recommends. All right. Based on your description in the code, here's what's going on. All right. Is it just me, or has AI gotten really... Actually, it's not just AI that's gotten slow, like within the past 2 weeks. It's like the internet. I'm convinced it's like AI coming together to take over humanity. When you open the menu, the camera unexpectedly snaps to a new angle, likely because your first movement script's update stops processing mouse input. But your camera's rotation is stored in X rotation and not updated while the menu is open. However, Unity still remembers the raw mouse movements, which seems to catch up when cursor lock state is restored. So you're likely seeing a frame delay or input mismatch when the angle gets clamped or zeroed briefly. Fix, cache, and restore the mouse look rotation. Okay, I guess I'm putting this in my here. Okay, so it's going to be in that first person movement script. Cached X rotation. Keep the camera locked at the last node. Okay, camera. Okay, mouse look. This forces the camera to stay frozen. Okay, is everything else the same? I'm going to assume everything else is the same. All right, let's try this. I fell asleep a little after 11 last night and woke up at 5:30, got out of bed around 5:35, and now it's like catching up to me a little bit. I'm like, oh, you're really tired. All right, let's. Oh my. Okay. Okay, that's mostly what I want, right? Because the camera's not changing anymore. Now, the crosshair. So, I want to disable the crosshair when the menu comes up. I think the best way to do that, well, first I gotta find it. It's in I think it's in the HUD canvas, crosshair, yeah. I should just be able to hide it, right? Like if I attach it to the command menu. Yeah. So I could do this. Public. Okay, so I give it a crosshair, and then I should just be able to, when I open the menu, I want crosshair. Okay, yep, AI's got me. And then here I want, yep, okay. Now I need to set this. So the command menu is here on its own object here. Command menu. Yeah, crosshair. And then I should be able to just drag. Where did crosshair go? Here it is. Should be able to drag it. Let's see if this does it. Sorry, I'm just checking some other things. What's your preferred language? English, really? I know, no. I mostly work in C++. I think that's probably where I'm most comfortable. Though I worked in C# for a long time too, but that was a long time ago. But I'm fairly comfortable in C#. I like Python too. I just recently got into Python maybe like 2 years ago. and really started enjoying Python. What was I lost track of what I was doing. I already forgot what I was doing. Okay, come here. All right, yeah, that's how you got to treat your son. Okay, yeah, the crosshair disappears and it comes back. Okay, let's check that code in, because it's progress, right? Like, it's not complete progress, but it is progress. All right, so the first person movement, we lock the camera. That's good. Okay, yeah, we kind of combined stuff with the sun in PC. The command menu, we fixed that up a little bit. The player interactor, we kind of cleaned up some stuff there. And then that material, we never need to check in. Okay. Command menu. Command menu functionality works better. That's all I'm going to say. And now there's a critical moment where I have to decide, am I more tired or am I more hungry? Like, I'm just like, I'm thinking, I mean, there's no reason I can't, like, eat and then go back in bed. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I might be back later, but if not, I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern United States time, the best time in the world. And, yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.